Okay.
Yep.
Welcome.
Monday morning.
Monday morning here, of course, and it's time for
it.
What's Up and About, innit?
Yeah, a lot happened over the weekend, of course.
Yes.
But, I think it was Samklef.
Yes,
Samklef,
indeed.
Wizkid,
Oh.
and Banky W were in the news. I think it started from at the interview, the Banky.
Let's start from the interview.
Yes, let's start from the
BankyW
interview.
and also
I don't think he had to say some things he said because he made mention. I remember he made mention about how he felt about Wizkid not attending his wedding, and that's where it all started. And then Wizkid replies with just a lol.
LOL.
And then after that, it moves on from there to there, and then Samklef goes, "Oh, why wouldn't Wizkid respond with a lol when Banky ripped Wizkid off?" And then he goes up, and all of that, and then he comes up with some research about producing, which he did, Wizkid's album, and then not being given credit and royalties, and the ensuing royalties for it. He dropped a pay slip or some slip from Sonny, which
His name wasn't on it.
his name wasn't on it.
And then Banky replies and says his own name too is not on it.
So there's a lot about it we don't know, but then something that we do know is that is not the best receipt for him to release because that receipt doesn't even have Banky in it. So something happened. The rights of the song were given to Sonny. That is what
By
that receipt
whom?
will tell
That's the
you.
question.
By
whom is the
Banky, of
question?
course,
We're
it
not
would have
sure,
been
but-
sold by EME.
So,
but you know, another person got dragged into the old melee last night. I wonder if you guys
Blackface?
caught it. No, Simi.
Oh, no,
Are
we
you
didn't get that
serious?
one. Do tell us.
Okay, so the Simi angle was that he produced Simi's first album, Ogaju. That was a gospel album way before she started doing regular secular music and all. And she would go for shows, according to him, without telling him. Meanwhile, he was the one doing the legwork, going to Alaba to market her songs and everything. But then she wasn't carrying him along when it was time for shows. And people were like, he could probably simply have told her that, "Oi, I'm doing so much for you. When there's a show, inform me. At least small percentage supposed to enter my hand and all." Then even the Wizkid angle, he said he used to produce a song for 100,000. So he produced 6 songs, and instead of being paid, was it 600 or something? Was she paid lesser? The whole matter was just wonky. It was kind of messy.
So I
though.
think everybody's got a bit of, what do you call it, responsibility here. First off, we're still not clear who sold what to Sonny. At the time it was being sold, whether there was credit or even amounts given to Samklef, we are still not sure. If his grouse is the
It
fact
says
that
nothing was given
nothing
to him.
was given to him
Yeah,
for the
that
song
was simply
Pakurumo.
paid for production.
It was paid, yeah, but you were paid at the end of the day. But however, if your name is not on the list as well as Banky's name, then what gives?
You know,
I'm not done. Then I'm going to go back to the genesis of this whole thing. I'm talking about the interview with Ebuka and Banky W. Now, I didn't see any reason why there should have been any, or why there should be any grievance regarding Wizkid's absence from your wedding. I mean,
it's
he
obviously
didn't come,
something
he didn't
that
come.
hurts him
But that
for him to
brought
have
up-
mentioned it, yeah.
Yeah, okay, obviously
They probably
so.
expected, "Guy, you were with me before, you should have come for my wedding. It's the least you could do." But then, to Wizkid, it was LOL.
Yeah, to me, it just seems like as if, I don't know, it was just irrelevant if you ask me. We
For
didn't need to
you.
know all of that. I
For
know, I
you,
understand.
but it meant
the
a lot to
world,
him.
however, didn't need to.
He's campaigning,
Yeah, you can
so he
feel how
has
you
to
want to
talk
feel.
about his
Campaigning for
emotions.
what? For who? What?
know, this-
Politics or music?
this-
I don't get it
Politics
anymore.
now.
Politics, so
Yeah, so he's talking about his
where
life.
does that come in here?
No, the life and times of Banky Wellington. It's not
very
easy.
important. Oh my
very,
God.
Very important.
We need to know
And
this.
that's what they say about
This
Manifesto.
reminds
and
me
all.
of Red Table. That's the idea. That's the vibe I got, yeah? Where we get to the point where we have to say something to get into news and all of that.
Yes.
I mean, at the end of it all...
Whether bad publicity is publicity.
I guess you could say so.
I mean, at the end, Will Smith has movies cancelled and all of that, but hey, I digress. The point now is contractual situations. We
Thank you
can
very
make
much.
an informed decision if we or when we do see the contract, because maybe it will probably come out with the way if it goes like this in the matter, then we'll see the contract. But then there's something Banky said. He said that Wizkid signed a contract for 5 albums, which is normal, because I know that when record labels sign,
that's what they do most times. They'll
mostly.
tell you,
I've
either
seen
10 years
5.
or 5 albums.
Yeah, I've seen that. Five.
Yes.
But Wizkid dropped 2.
Yeah.
And so he says, we let him go.
Yeah.
Which on his own
I was
part
going
is
to
actually
admit that
justified.
level of grace.
It's
From,
grace-
I
it's
mean,
graceful,
by
yeah.
him.
I
You know,
mean-
to like, hey, it's okay. You're getting bigger than I can even handle in any case, so you can go. And since then, we've not heard anything about, hey, come back and give us your whoever you're under
exactly.
now has to pay us.
Has
so
to
and
pay
so.
us off
You know,
for
which,
that part of it.
which, if you ask me, should have been the main crux of the matter.
Of the matter.
If you're going to talk anything about Wizkid now, politely, hey, I know you're signed under so and so, whatever, on your own, but don't you think that for good convivial nature between the two of us and whoever you work with currently, let's have this contract bit settled where you still owe me so and so, whether it's monetarily or whether it's by the virtue of some features or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the way I
not about the wedding and all of that. That's
the
just
music
irrelevant
industry.
to me.
So being on radio has actually exposed me to a lot of things. So many people get fleeced in the music industry. Be it the
managers or the
manager,
artists.
the artist, and most times it's the managers that suffer the most.
True.
Not even the record label. Because the managers do all the dirty work and they are not appreciated or recognized. Only few of them are recognized. Now, for the artists, they sign their death warrants, literally. And that's why you find incidents like Kiss Daniel, and you find certain incidents like that, and you're like, oh, this person is ungrateful. But the reality is what you're made to sign when you're desperate is crazy. And then this also brings us to the blackface incident. People were making fun of blackface. What's your own? Why do you want credit? Okay, you wrote African Queen, we've heard. Well, having that credit goes a long way for someone who is looking for who wrote this song so they can contract you to write something for them. So that was why blackface was also trending, because this kind of like justifies what happened with him as well.
Yeah. It's unfortunate we can't really go in depth and talk about all of it that we really want to share. But in any case, do let us know what you think. Send in your comments. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. We'll be ready to read them and maybe even respond back. We'll be back.